My love, I care about you deeply, but I can't make love to you before marriage. It goes against what I believe in and the values I hold dear.
If you really love me, let's just take this step together. I promise I'm going to marry you. The only difference is just the certificate.
I am NOT responsible for this pregnancy. You hear me? I want no part in it. You better leave this place now or else.
Before the throne of judgment stands a lady who lived totally right with God. Her beauty attracted many Christian brothers, humble men, praying men, working men, men who loved God. They approached her with genuine intentions, pure motives, and dreams of a godly home, but she turned them away because they were not rich enough to fit the picture she painted in her heart. She prayed for God's will, yet secretly filtered his answers through her own desires. She wanted a spiritual man, yes, but not one who controls wealth. Her heart cried for destiny, but her eyes craved luxury. And then one day, he came. A man who checked every earthly box. Handsome, wealthy, confident, generous, influential. He drove the cars she dreamt of. He wore the life she imagined. He represented the future she secretly desired. Only one thing was missing. He was not right with God. He lived by fraud. He traded souls for money. He ran drugs across borders. But she convinced herself, I will change him. I will lead him to Christ. My influence will transform him. He showered her with gifts, designers she never imagined owning, vacations she never dreamt of taking, lifestyle upgrades she believed were divine favor. Within 1 month, her entire world changed, and little by little, she changed with it. He started demanding forced sex. She reminded him she was a true Christian, and she could not defile her body. But he smiled and said, any man who wants to marry must first test what he is marrying. You are already my wife in my heart. If you truly love me, prove it. Money weakened her senses. Fear of losing him cracked her brain. Desire for the life he provided silenced her convictions, and she gave in. Once, then again, and again, until sex became their rhythm. And sin became her secret companion. Then she became pregnant, and the man who swore forever, who promised marriage, who vowed love, looked into her eyes and said, I'm not responsible. Go and find the father. Her heart shattered. She ran from his house, blind with tears, screaming with heartbreak. While driving back home, out of frustration, she ran into a big lorry coming in opposite direction and lost her life instantly.
You think you are wise. You rejected men of prayer, men who came with sincerity, not shininess, because their pockets were not deep enough to match your fantasies. Have you not read 1 Samuel 16:7? Man looks at outward appearance, but the Lord looks at the heart. But you looked at bank accounts. You say you wanted a God-fearing man. Yet the moment wealth appeared, you suddenly believe you possessed the grace to change a drug lord. It is written, be not unequally yoked with unbelievers. Did the Bible not warn in 1 Corinthians 6:18, flee fornication from all forms of youthful lust? But instead of fleeing, you laid down and justified it. You told yourself, we will marry later. He promised to be faithful. This is love. But it wasn't love. It was lust baptized in excuses. And when he demanded sex, you didn't consult the spirit you claimed to follow. You consulted your fears, fear of losing money, fear of losing the man your eyes worshipped. Holy One, please grant me the soul, for she's mine.
You keep acting like my choice was unreasonable, like I should have chosen suffering when God himself said in Deuteronomy 8:18, it is he who gives power to get wealth. So why should I apologize for wanting the kind of man who carried that grace? You say I was blinded by money. No. I was tired of struggle, tired of watching my mother cry because we couldn't afford basic things. Does the Bible not say in Ecclesiastes 7:12, money is a defense? Didn't Solomon say wisdom and money both protect? So why am I wrong for wanting a man who could defend me from a life of lack? Those Christian brothers you talk about, Do you know how many of them were jobless? How many couldn't even take care of themselves? How many were still living in their parents' houses but wanted to marry me? And you expected me, a woman who worked hard, who prayed hard, who kept herself pure, to settle for a man who had no plan, no stability, no direction? And about him not being spiritual enough. Was Mary not married to Joseph, who wasn't a priest? Was Abigail not married to Nabal? Did God not use her wisdom to cover his foolishness? Was Rahab not saved even though she started from a dark place? So why is my attempt to help someone suddenly foolish? Why is my desire to win him over wrong, when even 1 Corinthians 7:16 says, "Wife, how do you know if you will not save your husband?"
You fool. You quote Deuteronomy 8:18. You forgot the first part. Remember the Lord your God. You remembered your desires, but forgot his standards. You used Esther and Abigail, but Esther didn't sleep with the king before covenant. Abigail didn't date Nabal to change him. She married him within God's arrangement. You pursued a criminal. You desired a man God never sent. You stepped into darkness with your eyes wide open. You say you waited for God's best. No, you waited for a man whose wallet was big enough to match your fantasies. Proverbs 14:12. There is a way that seems right to a man, but its end is death. You think you can play with fire. My daughter, I have heard your pain. You wanted a godly husband, yet you rejected the men I sent because their pockets were not deep enough. Do you know that I that blesses men, and I can bless any time at any time? When did wealth become your measure of my will? When did riches become the confirmation of destiny? Yet you pursued a man whose wealth was born from darkness, and believed you could baptize his sin with your prayers. Why did you silence your conscience the night he first demanded for sex? Why did you drown the warnings I placed in your heart? You started well and lived by it, he commandment, that all should abstain. Form any form of youthful lust, but you allowed money to totally blind you off. You say you wanted stability, but did I not promise in Psalm 84:11, no good thing will I withhold from those who walk uprightly? I sent you to become a light and help those men shine out there. Potentials, but you want an altar-made man that you don't wear, and how he got his wealth. Was it written, if a man threatens to leave, surrender your holiness? No, daughter. It was written in 1 Corinthians 6:20. You were bought with a price. Therefore glorify God in your body.
I know you warned me. I know I felt something was wrong the first day he touched me. But God, I was tired of poverty. I watched everyone around me get married to rich men who changed their lives. Girls who didn't love you the way I did. And I kept asking you, when will it be my turn? Yes, I saw the red flags. Yes, I knew he wasn't perfect. But I truly thought that love could change him, that my prayers would touch him, that my influence would save him. I didn't plan to sleep with him, but every time he threatened to leave, every time he pulled away, I panicked. I felt like if I lost him, I lost my last chance at happiness and wealth. And when I got pregnant, I thought that was your way of finally sealing our future. But he denied me. He rejected me. He called me a liar. And everything inside me shattered. Lord, please understand me.
I have heard your pain. I have felt your fear. I have seen the wounds you hid behind worship, the loneliness buried beneath your purity, the desperation that wrapped itself around your decisions. You say you fell because you were tired. But I asked in Matthew 11:28, come unto me, all you who labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest. Yet instead of coming to me, you came to a man whose arms led you into darkness. You say you wanted stability, but did I not promise in Jeremiah 29:11? I know the plans I have for you, plans to give you hope and a future. Yet you trusted wealth more than my plans. Money became your map. You knew my word. You quoted my word. Yet you chose which verses to obey. and which ones to bury beneath your emotions. Did I not write in Hebrews 13:4, "The sexually immoral and adulterers I will judge"? Yet your bed became an altar to fear, giving out my own temple in the name of romantic religion. It is written, "Flee fornication." Every other sin a person commits is outside the body, but he who commits fornication sins against his own body. 1 Corinthians 6:9. Do not be deceived, neither fornicators shall inherit the kingdom of God. Knew this verse well, and you went on fornicating with someone who is not yet married to you because of money and love. Your soul has been weighed on the scale of eternity and found wanting. And to you watching this, not every handsome or beautiful partner is heaven sent. Not every wealthy partner is my will. Not every romantic partner is safe for your soul. Satan usually brings them to destroy you. FLEE from the doctrine of I can change him, for it has destroyed the destinies of many. Yet you flirt with darkness and call it missionary dating. You entertain lust and call it chemistry. You chase money at all cost and call it God's blessing. You ignore red flags and call it faith. You disobey me and call it grace. You crave partners whose beauty blinds you, whose bodies distract you. You choose pleasure over purpose, and then blame me when your life collapses. There's nothing bad in going for your taste a partner, but do it according to the will of God and not your personal desire. The partner you choose can either protect your destiny or bury it. The wrong relationship can silence your calling, corrupt your mind, weaken your spirit, and destroy your eternal record. Have you not read in Proverbs 7 of the man destroyed by the woman he followed into sin? Have you not seen Samson fall by Delilah? Have you not seen Solomon bow to foreign wives? Who turned his heart from me? What happened to this lady? Happens every day. Lives destroyed by desire, destinies aborted by emotion, souls trapped by lust wearing a wedding ring, people who prayed for my will, but married their weakness instead. Listen carefully. If your relationship contradicts my word, I am not in it. If your relationship with that partner requires sin to continue, it is not from me. If your relationship pushes you away from my presence, it is a trap, not a blessing. If you are not ashamed of me in public, comment, Jesus, please deliver me from any wrong partner in my life. Like and share this message, so the light of my world will reach more souls. Subscribe to this channel to continue hearing my true word. May my unending grace continue to see you through all the days of your life.